Now, if you're considering a screenwriting partner, you have to understand that it's not only a business relationship, but it's a creative relationship. And you're both going to sink or swim by your choices. And you have to really ask, do you have a similar work ethic? Now, I had a screenwriting partner for 7 years once, and we were very serious about what we did. We had the same creative sensibilities, and it was a pleasure. You know, it was a joy because we were good friends outside of the work. And do you have the same professional attitude about your careers? That's important. When the going gets tough, is your writing partner going to give up and say, I'm going to do something else, and that leaves you hanging and the project in limbo or destroyed? So you have to talk about these things before you just say, we're going to write a script together, because now you have somebody else involved. You also have to consider you split the income, usually 50-50. So let's say you sold that $90,000 spec that I talked about. You're each making $45,000 a piece, but then after taxes and blah, 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 you don't end up with much money after the fact. So you do have to share the money. That's a consideration. And are you both willing to compromise? You know, the famous George Costanza pitch meeting on Seinfeld. He goes in and he goes, no, we're not changing anything. And, you have to have these discussions before you go into a meeting, that you're on the same page, and like I mentioned before, you will succeed or fail as a team. I mean, I had written a spec that sold before I had a writing partner. I had a solo screenplay, but the manager and the agent that we had would only sell us as a partnership, because they said it doesn't matter that you sold a script separately. They want to know what you guys do together and what you're feeling, your tone, and the voice of your screenplay as a partnership. So you sink or swim. It can be a great experience, or it can be a nightmare. So really seriously consider if you're going to take on a writing partner for a long-term basis, or just one screenplay.